All right. Well, that is definitely not very bright, but I guess it is what it is. So we are live. I don't know if my audio is going to be cool, but it doesn't really matter because I'll adjust it as I need to. I just wanted to go live in here because I'm trying to get everything dialed in and set and super nice with the DSLR and all that good stuff for the camera. But if you guys saw yesterday, I was blowing it. I was going live and trying to use different software, and all of it sucks. Like the going live software sucks. So I think all I'm gonna do right now is just wait for a few people to roll in, and then I'm gonna share some quotes with you guys that have come in over the last few days, last week, whatever, and give you some examples of like some do's and don'ts. And then we are going to have a little contest and stuff that I'll announce at the very end of this. And so let's see if I can't see these. There we go. There's Ryan Wade. What's up, man? What's up, Jacob? So yeah, I mean, I think the big thing here is a lot of people see custom work and they're like, I want custom work. So they just hit us up. And we'll talk about that. It's definitely, I know some of you guys definitely they'll be commenting on here have hit us up as well, and you are just looking for a number. That's no harm in that, right? You just want to get a number for things. How's Mike? Too loud, too quiet? I know last time it was peaking crazy, so I might turn it down a wee bit. So if I get excited and I'm like, wow, did that go too much? Was that too much? Luminous LED, what's up? Glad that you think it's good to see me. I'm trying. Look, I got this big ass iMac in here. I'm trying to get this place dialed, and we even got the little LEDs that were up, and then they fell. Oh, failure. Failure is okay. I'm down with failure. Speaking of failure, so as I was trying to go live, just to kind of give some context to why there were so many different notifications yesterday. Turn it up. Let's get this thing turned up. All right. So yesterday, as I was trying to go live, this stupid microphone, it works awesome. I have it going through a sound recorder that then transfers it to the computer, and that's all fine and good. And it's supposed to work the way that I have it set up. The problem is that it was like distorting my voice. So one of the programs was making me sound like, I don't know, I just sounded like a nasally dork. Like, I mean, worse than normal, right? And then the other program I was trying to use was making me just sound like Debo. Like I was just like super deep, crazy. Yeah, not my voice. Anyway, that's the deal. So you guys that are watching, I'm just going to dive in, but definitely as you're cruising through, think about some stuff that you've seen on Instagram and anywhere else, and get some questions in about what things cost, like how much to do demon eye headlights on a 350Z. I get that one all the time. I'm going to go through and read some of these things to you. I'm not going to call anybody out, but I think the first thing that I will talk about is one of the dudes that hit me up today was just like, all right, I want you to work on my car. I want you to email me, and I want you to give me different ideas. This is my old car. I've got an old Hyundai, and I want you to present me with a bunch of different ideas and give me prices for all of them. I'm like, bro, like, I get that maybe that sounds okay, but that's like, I don't know. It's just like so lacking respect for anybody's time. And I'm not saying like I'm some super important guy and don't waste my time because I'm too good. Like, definitely not that. But what I want this live stream to be about is helping people understand what it actually takes. Like what kind of things you can do to help yourself so that you can get quotes from people like me or whoever, people out there doing custom work in general. And then just kind of the way that it works in a lot of the custom world, like tattoo artists and stuff like that. You're not like, oh, my boy just got a dope piece and I want to go in and book your Friday. Like, is that cool? And it's like Thursday night. Like, no, it's not cool. That dude's got people waiting. You know what I mean? You can't just jump in line like that. So, if it's Joe Schmo tatting up his first couple of people and you just want to be a test dummy, then like, sure, he probably has no weight. So, there's that. But in any case, the guy that hit me up about the old car, I get it. He didn't know better. It's not like anyone has to know this stuff. Not super important, but yeah, that was kind of like, wow, what are you talking about? So let me get into a good question. I've got a couple guys here. Let's see. We've got, I'm going to pick one right here. This came in on May 11th. Somebody said they got a 2016 WRX. They said, I recently painted the insides of my headlights flat black, and my low beam shroud suffered from the infamous lens burn, which means this guy knows what he's talking about, because that's like some real stuff. He says, I wanted to know if it was fixable, and if I could reposition the C lights and add RGB demon eye. So this guy's question is very straightforward. He's just asking, can I come through and fix something that he did himself? And it's like, it's cool because he knows everything that was done to it because he did it. And he knows the damage that's done because he's looking at it, and he wants somebody to take care of it. Two things that suck here. I'll just quote this job right now. The first off is that there are things that you can do to prevent this lens burn thing he's talking about. It's where you paint a piece of plastic, and then the projector lens that's right above that plastic, it's got like a curve to it, right? Sunshine comes in the top, it goes through the curved part, it comes out the bottom like a magnifying glass, like a little freaking laser. And so it melts a hole, and that's bad. So he's got melted plastic. Guess what? Your boy can't fix melted plastic. So all I can do is sand something down and then put a protective layer, like what I hear works as aluminum tape. So you coat the thing after you've sanded it all smooth, do all that stuff. Bad news for dude is that it's better if he does that, because I'm going to charge him way too much money to do that. And I'm actually not even going to take the job because I can't charge him enough money for that. It'd be a dick move to do that, right? I don't want to take hundreds of dollars for putting a piece of tape on something just because it rapes my schedule and I have to spend hours and hours doing something that I don't want to do. But let's pretend that wasn't the case, and I'll quote the rest of the job. So he says it's flat black. So, assuming that this dude just wanted to have a new set of lights opened up, he wants the insides to be, I don't do flat black because it looks like a chalkboard. So we'll do satin, right? Because it gets that kind of low sheen, not a high gloss deal. And that is generally about $150 for most jobs, especially if it's got any kind of a gloss coating or anything. Damn, I need the free freaking beer sponsorship of Livestreams. I'm parched. Anyway, so if we do the open and reseal and warranty on the craftsmanship and paint and all that stuff, we charge $200. That's including like the base labor. That's like your intro. And then anything we do after that is going to be additional costs, right? So we'd say it's $200 to get in there, $150 to do the paint, give or take $25, depending on if it's anything special, some kind of weird OEM body color that we have to have the parts painted and we have to deal with a different painter. It'll be more expensive. Then he asks about repositioning the C light. Okay, so let's just say we're adding a C light, or we're adding angel eyes, or we're adding demon eyes. We used to break everything down and take so long to figure out the quotes. Now it's $100. So like if we're going to add a part, it's $100. That means mounting, wiring. It used to be like $45 for these easy parts and, $90 for this more expensive part, blah, blah, blah. And as time has gone on and, the cost of everything goes up, labor goes up too. So it's $100. It's simple. Across the board, makes quoting fast. So C lights, $100 to mount, and whatever the cost of the C lights are. Demon eyes, $100 to mount, whatever the cost of the demon eyes are. If they're demon eyes that change color, cool. If they're demon eyes that are one color, cool. Still $100. So let's just say that this job is quoted out at about $550 for the open resealed paint, mounting of all the parts, plus whatever the cost of parts is, which in most cases, that'd probably be like another $200 or so. So $750. I wanted that to be a little bit long and annoying because, what's weird is Kareem just said it looks good, but the deal is it's all dim on my monitor. So I hope it looks better to you guys. But anyway, this whole $750 for these lights thing, like that takes a good amount of time. And I know all those numbers off the top of my head, right? I'm not guessing. I know exactly what this dude's talking about. If we offered any sort of repair work or anything like that, it's going to be even more expensive. So, you can figure the cost of this guy getting back in his lights and trying to fix things up is going to be way more economical than spending like a G note on getting everything done by me. Like and he already has it. It's not even going to be much different. It's just going to be cleaner and cost $1,000. Like, that's not a good idea. That's why I would turn the job away and not just say, like, your money's not good here. That's not the case. It's just, it's better if he does it. He's already done it once. He could just do it again and do it better, right? What do you guys think about that? Let me get some comments and likes if that helped you at all. Does that make any sense as I'm walking you through this quote process? Is like, I want people to kind of get my rationale behind why I charge different things, or why I'll just turn a job away and send it to either somebody else, or tell the guy, like, bro, do it yourself. Like, we got videos that show you how to do that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I mean, and definitely if you do have questions, chime in, please. So let's see. We've got another one. This is a guy named Connor. He's got a Subaru Legacy. I have no idea what this is going to say, so let's read it. I would like a quote on front and rear taillight, all LED. If you could do the whole taillight like the inner and outer, plus even be able to make them black on the inside of the housing, not red. Then on the front, okay, not red. Then on the front, have color match or close to halo. I don't know what that means. Color match or close to, got it. Halo lights with all LED, turn, and fog light. This shit's hard to understand, guys. It's like, damn. So like, I get it. It's, it's just a question that's kind of packed in there, trying to like ask everything. I wouldn't worry about asking everything. I would just ask something specific and don't like shoot for the moon. You know what I mean? Like why get blown out of the water when I tell you that's going to be $5,000 to get everything you want? Now that wouldn't be, but I'm just saying in general, to be like, here's my wish list, everything I want, and I want one round number to tell me how much for everything. Like, I'm not a calculator. I'm good at math, but I'm not a calculator. So anyway, I would say keep your questions like as concise as possible so that you can get a number and wrap your head around that number. Otherwise, I got to craft like this fatty essay about this will cost this much, this will cost that much, and like lay it all out for you. And basically, I don't know. It's not fun to read that. Like, you'd rather just be like, shit, these lights were $500, not like, oh, he hit me up for this and for this and for this and for this. That's a business. You know what I mean? Stuff's not free. Like, everything that takes time takes dollars. Let's read what Austin says. How hard are Camaro headlights to open up? I have a 2010 RS. I've heard it's perma-seal, but not sure if you have opened before. So, my man Austin, have opened Camaros before. We'll get back to this Legacy after. Camaro lights in most cases are not super difficult to open up, but I'm done messing with perma-sealed lights that have to be like totally pried and manhandled, and then all the sealant has to get scraped out. We have a set of Ford Fiesta lights for a dude named Adrian that works for Premium. It sucks. We've been sitting on them forever. Just, it takes so much time. The Camaros would be the same way. We'd have to keep scraping that stuff out and spending a ton of time. And so for that reason, instead of doing that and having it come out like somewhat clean, but not as clean as Japanese lights, I have decided that we're just going to invest the $1,500 to $2,000 in an ultrasonic heavy duty cutter that will slice that lens off really quick and easy like butter. And then we don't have to charge much money to do it because it only takes a few minutes. We're charging for time. So if you do it yourself, you're not going to have that tool. It's going to suck. It's going to take a long time. It's going to be easy to break stuff. And it's just very, not fun. But you can do cool stuff with those lights. A lot of stuff has been done in the last 8 years for Camaros. So I would just say an average builder should be charging between $300 to $400 for his base labor to get in those lights and to do the reseal and do all that stuff. There are cheap asses everywhere. And I just don't even worry about giving you examples of dumb people's pricing. You know what I mean? Because they don't value their time or probably your time either. So that means if they underquote the job, they take it, they do it for peanuts, and then things don't work right. Well, guess what? They don't care about you. They don't care about the little bit of money that you did spend with them because there's nowhere to go. You go to somebody who actually cares and has pride in their work, then they're going to charge you more money and they're going to take care of you because their reputation matters to them. That's just how it works. It's simple. So Camaros should be $300-$400 to open up and reseal. I'm sure there's cheaper guys out there, but that's what I would kind of get your gut check ready for. And then the cost of parts, spend $500, $600 max on some cool angel eye headlights that change color, something like that. It's probably a good ballpark to just shooting from the hip to kind of give you some info. Got another question here about 2016 GMC Sierra factory LED projectors, brackets. Okay, that's from Jacob. Same exact run through as the Camaro. Those lights, I would cut the lens off. I'm gonna just say like GMC, cool. Is it a Ford? Cool. Is it a Lamborghini? Cool. Let's just cut that lens off, because messing with it any other way, unless it opens up. McLaren lights, different. McLaren lights are sealed with soft glue, so you could, separate the lens and get in there and do your thing and seal it back up, and it should look basically OEM. Any other lights, I would much rather do a kick-ass sealant job and cut and plastic weld and make sure that everything comes out perfect, but not waste time and customers' money by trying to be like a purist and be like, no, I have to pry everything off. Like, I get it. Some guys are into that like a religion. Not me. All right, let's see. Mohammed, what's up? Hi from the UK. Can I deliver to the UK? Hell yeah, I can, Mohammed. All day, sir. Exactly to you. And the thing is we deal with a lot of R35s in the UK. And because they're right-hand drive, we get the JDM headlights. We hook them up. We ship them out there. And that's it. So, yep, got you covered, Mohammed. And you are very welcome, Jacob. So I'll jump back to this Legacy, which is completely different than the Camaro and the truck, which I like that. I like that you guys are chiming in. So keep them coming, boys. Even if you've already asked a question, I don't care. It's going to answer somebody else's question later. And I want to refer people to videos like this so that instead of me talking to somebody on the phone for an hour, like regurgitating stuff that I've said over and over again, like I could be like, bro, check out this video. Like if you really want to hear everything about it, I'm talking for 45 minutes. So like grab some popcorn, go for it. So back to the Legacy. He says, let's break this down. So first he asked about taillight. He wants front and rear, but he says taillight, all LED. If I could do the whole taillight like the inner and outer, I'm guessing, so it's a trunk and a body mounted headlight or taillight. So it's like two pieces basically. Outer plus be able to make them black on the inside of the housing, not red. Okay, so he basically said he wants his taillights to be the lenses cut off, everything inside to be black, and there to be all LED. So there are companies, I've reached out to one just yesterday on Instagram. They make full LED panels. It's very VIP style, super cheesy LED tech, but it looks cool when you put a shit ton of them in there. So those are things where you're talking like full custom LED panel, and it's not just like mount this part, seal them up, and good to go. It's like full panel, got to be custom wired. Those are going to be, I would just say, G note and up. Like you're going to spend $1,000, because if you're not, then you're basically getting ridiculous amounts of work done for peanuts. So like, I'm not a big fan of doing hardcore work and then like not being able to do other stuff. And then like, because it's an older car, or it's like, I don't know, just somebody doesn't get that stuff takes time, that they don't think that it's expensive. It's expensive. So let's just say we got dude down for $1,000. No sequential, no crazy, just full LED replacement panels and black inside. I'd say should be comfy with that number if he wants to do that. Headlights, he said he wants to do color match or close to. What does that mean, bro? Like you can't do a close to color match. Like if your car is like a special kind of red, like a Genesis Coupe, big thing we always got asked about is the red. It's called Tsukuba red, right? I think it's like NGA is the paint code or something like that. I don't remember. Used to do a bunch of them. That thing's got to be on point. You don't want like off-color red headlights on a red car, right? Or yellow. Like what if it's dingy yellow on bright yellow? Like, come on, man. It's got to be on point. So we send that thing off to a guy who cares a lot about paint, like we care a lot about lights, and then it's going to come out perfect, and you're paying for it, so better, right? So if they were matched color-wise, $200 for paint on that. And then he says halo lights, all LED, turn and fog light. So like, I don't know, he just wants a couple bulbs and stuff like that, some halo lights. It's probably gonna be $100 for halo mounting, $50 for the parts, $50 for LED bulbs, says something about a fog light. Let's just say $50 because that's fun. So it's like 250 plus $200 for paint, 200 open and reseal. It's like $650 for headlights. So that's how that works. Next one, we've got 2015 350Z. This was the 13th. So was the last one. He says, I was wondering, I like this one actually. I was wondering how much it would cost for 370Z headlights to have RGB and or have sequential lighting. Also, how long would it take? Dope. Like, that's pretty concise, right? I like that question. For that, I would say he should budget for anything RGB. My new number is just $500. Like RGB demonized, you're talking $100 for a controller. I don't know, 35 to $50 for parts for the demonized themselves. If it's just a pair of them, that's 150. Open and reseal, basic labor, $200 on butyl. So you're at 350. And then we get the $100 controller. My bad. So 450. So you're like 450-ish. Generally, everybody wants paint. So like realistically, between 450 to $600 on a 370Z, I think is probably a little low, just because there's so many pieces. More time consuming, more expensive to send it off to a painter or for us to deal with it. So so figure $600. And then he asks about sequential lighting. Now, here's the cool thing. There's products out there. I won't do the tube and the big ugly, wrapping it around thing. No thanks. But a part that we have that's going to go in a set of Honda Civic Type R headlights tomorrow or the next day. They're switchback sequential and they're individual little LEDs. So if you've looked at a 370Z, they call it the landing strip, the part that's up right in the middle, like closer to the grill, the inside edge of the headlight that goes up running alongside of the hood. That thing's got these little dimples and people drill them out and they do a bunch of other stuff to the lights. But in this case, you could actually drill those things out, just slap these little guys into place. They'll do white and you hit the turn signal and they'll go sequential. So, and if I think there's like 14 of them in a strip, you cut off 6 of them if you want, or cut off 4 of them, whatever, and they'll still work perfectly. So I think in that case, that part's probably going to be right around $100, I'm guessing. That's just going to be like a run-of-the-mill part. So to mount something like that, I would say might be a little more than your average Angel Eye, but for the sake of convenience, let's just say I charge $100, $100 for part, $100 for the mounting. So it's, $200 for that addition on there. And his other stuff he asked about was about $800. That's dope. He's got demonized, he's got switchback sequential and paint. Maybe paint, probably not. That might be closer to 1,000. I don't know. Wow, how am I doing? I hope I'm not losing anybody. Let me check back in here. And Austin says, I cut open my taillights to do the afterburner set with the Dremel and plastic cutoff wheel. It turned out good. Not sure if it will look as clean and work as well with the headlights. Yeah, I mean, I think the important part with the headlights is knowing where to cut. And also the fact that almost every part of the light that you should be cutting is hidden. Like you're not going to see that with the hood closed. And even with the hood open, like you should be able to do a good, clean job so that you're not worried about it being open. It's like, hell yeah, I cut the lens off that thing. It saved me 8 hours. Like, yeah, it was a smart move if you can make it look clean. If you're going to butcher it, then don't even start the job in the first place, right? But I'd say using the cutoff wheel, the plastic cutting blades are paramount because they're going to be able to pull the material off nice and clean, give you nice, like sharp edges like that. What you don't want to do is use the little brittle cutoff wheels on a Dremel because they'll break and they flick you in the face if you don't have a face mask. And you just go through them like crazy and they just heat up the plastic and it melts. So why I do lights where I do like 3 passes is because I could sit there and just like melt that plastic up and chew through it like crazy. Or I can do 3 even passes and it just flicks it up like dust, covers my face, which is like the last video I posted. You see all that? But that gives me that like super sharp, perfect edge where the plastic that was covered this way now is a cut right through it and it's perfect. So then you just have this teeny little gap. And when you go to finish it up, you can just take a hot soldering iron and like put a little piece of plastic in there and just kind of melt that section. do a couple of those little anchors around there, sealant all around it, swipe the sealant clean with your thumb, get a nice little beveled edge to it, or a little inner, whatever, invert. And it's clean. If you do that little tape technique that Jack had me film him do, then it comes out even awesome. So that's what's up, Austin. Do those headlights nice and clean, brother. Mohammed says the rear lights for the R35 you said is one of my videos that in Europe they're illegal. Can you make them legal? Kinda. I mean, I shouldn't. Like, it's not gonna look cool. The idea with the UK is that any turn signals have to be amber, just period. So you can do it. I'm not a big fan of the idea specifically because you have actually I have a great answer for you after I finish yapping right now. But you can put like 2 color LEDs so that one's like red and then the other half of it's amber, so then you can get the dual function out of it. That's probably a way that it could work out and it'd be street legal and all that good stuff. But the more cost effective way, because that would cost thousands of dollars to put in production and get a big run of boards done and special LEDs and all that. We have the little inside panels from Z LEDs. They're awesome. And so those can be installed. So they do sequential. Look up Rocky Battelle. Rocky has those in the UK. I'm sure you know who Rocky is if you got an R35. He's got our stage 2 headlights and he's got the Z LEDs taillights. Super cool. So those have all the sequential stuff on the inside circles. So they can still do animation and cool stuff like that. Not like ours, but definitely that's a good look for the R35. So let's see. This is actually funny because the next guy on here, did I miss anything else? Jacob says, know the difference between 2016 Sierra HID and LED factory? I don't know. I don't do trucks, but like I'm down. I'm about to buy that machine and then I'll have to get to know trucks because it's a good market. And I don't know. I think just creativity wise, it'll be fun to mess around with that and to create content showing how to do the truck stuff. It's not different. It's just the same pieces of plastic. It's just it goes on a big bulky thing that different types of dudes drive than the kids that are driving an FRS or whatever. Different people. Trucks are damn expensive, which is why it's a better market because they got the money of the GTR guys as far as money going in for mods on lights. Maybe not $50,000 motors, but sometimes lift kits, crazy truck guys. Anyway. The next question that I got was from a guy with a GTR. His name is Mike. And I started talking with Mike and I talked to him for over an hour yesterday because I did this, like I did the whole run through of answering all the questions. And sorry, dude, my face is so damn itchy. Like, I'm sorry, I'm bugging my nose the whole time. Anyway, me and Mike talked a bunch. And it was cool because I like to talk to my GTR guys. So it's super cool. Mohammed, I'm glad you stuck around. So you're very welcome. You said, thanks, bro. I will be speaking to you soon. Money not an issue. I hear that all the time. It usually means money's an issue because, dude, it's too expensive. You don't even know. But I get it. So we'll talk for sure. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different stuff. I have no idea how many hours ahead you are, but I'm in Los Angeles area. So there's that. I'm sure we can look it up on the Google. So back to Mike. He said he wants our stage 2 lights. That was the gist of it. He just said, how much for this, and we kind of walked through a bunch of different stuff. And I gave him a ton of my time. And, whether he buys something or I never hear from him again, it's nice to get to talk with customers. I am available sometimes, just not 95% of the time. So if you've emailed and I didn't get back to you and you're watching this replay later, safe to assume that your message, let me just show you, like, I'll just do this. I don't think you can really see here. All right. See how we can see like some stuff, but not all the stuff. So this is inquiries that have come in. This was the 30th. So let's just say in the last few days, I'm counting like, damn. I don't know, like 60, 70 people hit me up asking for inquiries, which isn't that many. Like after we do one of the YouTuber guys things, like we get like 500-600 inquiries that all come in. And here's a little advice too for anybody that, like, forget me, but like if you're looking for a quote on custom work of any kind, I don't care if it's paint or body or custom lights or anything like that, don't start off the conversation when you talk to somebody by being like, yeah, I hit you up and you never got back to me. Like, what am I supposed to do from that? Like, do we start the conversation where I'm kissing your ass and saying like, I'm so sorry. My God, I can't believe I missed your email. I'm an asshole. I'm the worst. Like, even if all that's true, like, I don't know, that's awkward as hell. Like, why even start there? Just be like, yeah, man, I'm glad that we're getting to talk. I've been trying to get a hold of you for a while. And like, I'm just excited to get the project going. Like, boom, totally same situation, different approach. Like, now I'm excited to quote you and to spend the time with you or whatever, versus like, I already owe you an apology because like you and 800 other people are waiting for a response. And like, by the way, I still got to get shit done. Like, I got to build lights and shit. You know, I got to send out orders or whatever it might be. So like, I'm not saying for me, like everybody needs to be like ultra respectful of Chris. Like, forget that. I'm just saying, like, in general, if people are busy, it's probably because other people value their time and give them their money because like they have that respect and authority or whatever it might be in that field. So like, don't hit them up like they owe you a freaking apology that they didn't drop their whole life and get back to your question. Like, these dudes get a lot of questions. Custom guys are busy. So like, yeah, come on. Anyway, moving on. Here's some more questions. All right. Jacob says, difference between Sierra. I said, no, thank you very much. Says Austin. It sounds like I'll be cutting them open now instead of dealing with permaseal. I would, you know, I mean, there's guys that'll not like that I say this stuff, but like, I don't think being an idealist is very smart when you're giving advice. Like, in the ideal world, sure, there's some magic potion that you pour on those things and poof, they open up and you pour it out like sand on the ground, and then like you wave the magic wand and poof, they're resealed and it's all good. But like, this shit is dirty. It takes forever. It's dangerous. I can't tell you how many times I've had to pry stuff, and like, as you're holding a light, and the only way you do it is with some sort of a sharp screwdriver, and you're just grinding. So you just literally like impale yourself. Like, I haven't impaled myself. That was dramatic, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get hurt, blood and shit like that. So it's not fun. So like, what's the cost of my blood for your project? It's expensive, you know? Like, I probably shouldn't be bleeding by the time I finish your job. Otherwise, you're paying crazy because it was that hard to do it. Like, there's better ways. So cut for sure. Do it. I'm sorry, guys, that don't like that I'm telling people that, but it is what it is. Just do a good job. That's all that matters. Have some pride in your work. Take your time. Biggest thing ever. You're cutting things open, or even if you're prying them open and you're working with delicate parts, take your time. There's no rush. Even if you can't get to work tomorrow because you didn't finish, there's no reason being frantic and breaking stuff, because then you're just going to regret doing it all, and regret's a terrible thing. Anyway, let's see. Oh, cool. Keith hit me up. All right, so we've got 2013 Genesis Coupe sequential taillights. So I'm not sure if that was a question, but like 2013 Genesis Coupe sequential taillights, question mark. Request for quote, got it, $1,500. That's pretty much that's the idea there. Changing the OEM LEDs, that's going to be a big part of the sequential course, where it's just about as advanced of modifying factory circuit boards as it gets, because they have LED ribbon cable. So instead of it just being a circuit board that you can grind on, expose copper and stuff like that, the copper is very flexible and it's encased in like a thin, hard plastic. And so that is going to be very, very difficult to work on. And so what I'll be walking people through in that course is how to go through and identify which part of that ribbon cable that you need to like sever with a little like X-Acto knife, cut little sections out to isolate grounds, and then solder wires to that, and then run those wires to resistors to the ghost module. And yeah, definitely advanced. So expensive is usually what's going to come along with that. So I'm hoping what happens is we'll definitely get a bunch of these guys that are learning how to do those jobs. I don't want to say it'll drive the price down, because the more of them that exist, the more people will want them. So the demand and the supply will literally grow together. I just haven't been taking them on because I've been so slammed for time. And now that I'm trying to transition into teaching more and getting the content and video and how-tos, I shot a video today of how to install color changing angel eyes for a Genesis Coupe. Like, such a basic job, but like I've never filmed it in a good, great learning, awesome way. You'll see it on YouTube. It'll just be a quick little, pan through of the process. Like, it's not going to be like super, super in depth, but that in-depth part of it will be a part that's for free on the online course. So people can kind of get a taste and learn the easy stuff, because what they're going to do is come in for something like a Genesis Coupe sequential job that they're going to be like, how much for that? Be like, $800. That's expensive. Like, bro, yeah, not even close. Like $1,500, expensive for modification. No taillight included, just time. So that'll be in the course. So course will be less expensive than, that little standalone part of the course is going to be like $100. So it's pay $100, learn how to do it yourself, or pay $100 and understand why you don't actually want to pay for that. Because if somebody else has to do it and it's hardcore and they break stuff, I've got multiple leftovers. So if I screw up making that video, I'll document it and show you. I probably won't. I'll probably get it right on the first try because I've already done this. So I'm just going back over stuff I've already done. I think I got like 8 sets of those things in a box. So if I screw up, it's okay. And it's probably not okay if you screw up your customers' lights and now they're not going to work and you're going to send them home with a broken taillight. Like, take the course if you need to know that stuff. Going back up, we've got Muhammad says, thanks, bro. I will be speaking to you. Okay, we already went through that one. My bad. If I wanted just demonize on a Mazda Speed 6, about how much would it be? $450. Yeah, see that from the hip? Wow, $450. That's no paint. That's no nothing. That's the cost of parts, the base labor, the cost of installing the demonize. So yeah, and I just want to say 500. Like, I want to so bad, but it's probably going to be what it actually has to be. But I don't know. It really depends on the parts that we use and other stuff too. But I like those whole numbers. You know what I mean? It's a funny story, a little detour. Somebody that I was talking with in one of the GTR customers was saying, like, look, if somebody's spending thousands of dollars, like, you can shoot straight with them. You know what I mean? Like, $29.97 is $3,000. Like, the guy that's forking out $3,000 to modify his lights, like, he's probably somewhat of a smart dude. Like, you're not fooling him into saying $29.97. Like, that's $3,000. Dice it up any way you want. Like, it's not prettier. So $500, that's my whole number. That's my demon eye number. So anytime anybody asks you for FlyRyde, what, how much do you think those would cost? $500, demon eye headlights. Yeah. All right. Let's go back. So, and you're very welcome, my man. Of course. And what's that saying? Let's say Falcon? Falcon A. That's lit, you say. Austin says, where do I buy my plastic cutoff wheels? Only ones I seem to find are in the kit from Lowe's that come with other cutoff wheels. That is a good question, and that is not what you want. I will post a link. It'll be an Amazon link. And I don't know why I can never get these things. Like, I can't stay on the ball of like constantly posting those up. I'm going to make a resource page on lightsman.com that's all the stuff that I use and that I recommend you use. And it'll be a link. And when you click on it and then you go to Amazon, I encourage you to go buy expensive shit after that, like a pool or something, or like a motorcycle, because then they'll give me a little sliver of whatever you buy for 24 hours. And that's dope. Affiliate sales are sick because, I'll send you there for a cutoff wheel that costs $15 and you buy a motorcycle. Do it, right? But yeah, it's a special one. I don't know. It just took me a bunch of figuring it out back in the day, years and years ago, to be like, oh, what's that funny looking thing? And I tried it and I was like, damn, that makes a perfect cut in plastic. So, and it's not like I'm smart, like smarter than the average bear. It just says it's for cutting plastic. So it's, as it gets too used, the bit that I'm talking about, the cutoff wheel, it has like a coating on. I think it says it has diamond bits or something stupid, but it's got basically like sandpaper that wraps all the way around the top and the bottom and inside. It's like coated with sandpaper. As you use it more and more, that stuff's going to kick off. It's going to lose its cutability. But like, I use it for grinding things sideways. I use it for cutting. I use it for everything that I can, especially anything that I just have to make a quick little like cut through, or like on a circuit board where I want to expose the copper. If I'm very careful, I can just take off that light little layer of green circuit board coating. Damn, I'm itchy. And that thing's the shit. So definitely a cool cutoff wheel. And Luminous LED, Chris, you'll have to do these live streams later in the day, so I'm not at work. 4 p.m. Friday is a good time, I think. That works out to Saturday morning here in Australia. Woo! Gnarly. It's cool that you're in Australia watching this, though, man. Thanks. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I gotta figure out a schedule. I think that's what's lacking big time on the channel is a schedule, because I don't have the luxury of having other people edit for me. I truly actually enjoy editing. So it's kind of like telling a story. I want to tell it, you know what I mean? I want to edit and chop that thing up. And like, if there's a little funny thing in there, then like I've probably been dying laughing editing for a long time before that video comes out. Live streams, I just think they need to be scheduled, and I just need to figure out what schedule that works on, because everyone's everywhere around the world. So we've got UK and Australia and people in the States, and you know, we'll figure it out. Kareem says, Genesis sequential tail is sick. Thank you, sir. If you didn't see that, guys, it's on Instagram today. I just did a quick little video showing a couple of the little functions that it has, but I'm going to really dive in and find like the best possible way to show how to do that. And that will be broken down hardcore in the course. Then I'm just going to rub it in everybody's faces on YouTube and post up a bunch of stuff. And we'll continue to have the free little section of the sequential stuff for more like the basic stuff for sequential. That'll be a free little sample. So you'll get some stuff like how to open and seal lights, how to mount angel eyes, how to do sequential work, and how to do paint. I think that's going to be like our free section of the course that will let people have a little taste of it, even though there's like multiple sections and the advanced versions of those sections that'll be free. So that's a little plug on the course. And we're winding down. So we've got Mr. Davey. Yo, Chris, wish I could have got in on that course. Just wasn't the right time. Was so looking forward to the sequentials with OEM ribbons. I get it, man. It's crazy. And the course is closed right now because we have a certain amount of members that are from all over the place. So I took a bunch of time. You guys that watch this later or that are in the course, or any of my first guys that I brought in, I interviewed everybody, spent a ton of time because I want to make sure that they were going to fit. And it's like I made sure that if I can answer one guy's question, the next guy lives in a different part of the world. He has a different kind of car. He has different questions. And so if I can answer both of those guys' questions, it means I'm probably answering questions for tons of guys, more so than if I had just had, the crowd that has the same question as dude number one, right? So I got 10 of those guys. So that is, to me, it's huge, because that means we should really answer all the questions that most people have. And they're going to give me feedback on the course as it's designed and put together and built. And then once it's actually released for like regular good to go, sign up, it's got everything that you need. It's going to be, obviously a lot more full than it is now, but it will be like refined because of those 10 guys. So my OGs, you guys rock. Thank you guys. So Mark, I agree. Smiley. Austin again says, I believe I found the diamond cutoff wheel that I use. Looks like it. Just look at the cover of that video. It shows it. The thumbnail for the last video how-to that I put up shows that cutoff wheel nice and close up. So buy that one. Well, one cutoff wheel work for two. Oh yeah, dude, you're gonna go through like tons of lights before that thing goes bad. Yeah, no, you don't have to buy more than one. I think I have like 3 of them, but I've done hundreds of lights with them. So yeah, they're good to go. Jordan Riley, OGs. Yeah, buddy. The motorcycle comment got you. What was that? What was the motorcycle comment? I don't even remember. Anyway, let's see if I got another one of these things to pull up for you guys. Any other quote questions? Hit me, because I'm going to go at 5 minutes from now. I got my boys. I got a baby sleeping and a 9-year-old doing homework. And I'm in my office. So I didn't finish saying this, but after I got my OGs, my guys in the course, and we got the course all set up, and I had to pay just for the course software alone was $1,300. And so like that was expensive. That's why the guys that came in, they paid hundreds of dollars to get in the course as early beta testers, and it was a discount, a fat discount. And so yeah, that's the course thing isn't for everybody. Like it's for me because I like to learn, but I hate school because I think the education system's completely broken. But learning is awesome if you actually do something about it. So you should pay to learn from the right people. That's what I think. That's what I do. You don't have to listen to me though. So there's my man. What up, JR? So JR is one of those OGs. It's just talking about those guys. So yeah, part of the guys that are helping me shape these things up. Everybody, if you don't already, go follow my WRX channel. He just put up a sick ass video of the lights that me and Jack built for him on his WRX, and yeah, all the sequential stuff. Super cool video. So big shout out to JR. Thank you for that, brother. And let's talk about Lexus IS 300 2003. I guess here's what not to do, kind of. So dude hits me up, probably in San Diego, 619 number, says, I wanted to get custom taillights and headlights. Cool. Well, they're going to cost between $500 to $5,000 each. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but you know, that's just so vague. I don't think anyone cares about this but me, but I always say it's like walking into a car dealership and saying, I want to buy a car. And they're like, cool, what kind of car? They're like, I don't know, a car. You kind of have to know what you want, you know? That'll help you get an actual number. The car might cost, you know, $100,000 or $10,000. So be specific. We've got a dude with, I don't know what kind of car, because I don't know, my thing left that out. Oh, we'll skip that one. We'll go to Mazda RX-8, 2005. I'm building a wide body RX-8. I was looking for some custom headlights that will make it stand out. Tight. Same deal as the last question, but that's cool that he's got a wide body RX-8, right? So $500 to $5,000, and you're all set. Let's see. Justin's got a 14 STI hatchback. He says, I'm interested in getting a custom set of headlights, taillights for my 2014 STI hatchback just to make my car that much more unique. Got it. Also, it's going to be expensive because if you're going for that unique thing that other people don't have, it's expensive. I've seen the work you've done on your YouTube channel, and I love the way everything has turned out. Thank you, man. That's awesome, Justin. So first off, I'm pumped to do the STI hatchback taillights because Modified Technologies has said no, that they're not going to be, I think, maybe that's the ones that they do have. One of the sets, they're not going to make panels for it because if you make panels for it, like the way that the inside of the light like has weird little steps and stuff, it's just going to look weird. So there's a company that I reached out and they didn't hit me back. And so I'm not going to reach out to them and say, I sent you an email, but you didn't get back to me. Because like, I don't know, that'll just be weird and awkward. So when they hit me back, they make the flat panels with all the stupid little 5mm LEDs that are weak, but together in a big fat group. Like they look kind of cool and I don't know, they're cheap. So maybe that's what we'll do on the 14 STI. Illumisthetic, that's the company that I'm thinking of. So they're in California as well, Bay Area. We'll see. I don't know. There's a lot of guys out there doing cool stuff and everybody wants to be on their own little island. And I'm like, you're going to starve out here alone, bro. Like you need to work with other people and get involved with other builders. So I hope that they reach back. Another Subaru Legacy 15 quote. Never mind. That's actually the guy that I was talking about earlier. So, Australia, number won't work. Adam, 1998 Nissan Skyline R34 GTT. Yeah, boy, let's do it. So a little bit better. It says custom headlight job, demon eyes, and halo. Like, dude, Fast and Furious. It's awesome. I want to find an R34 the back of an old car dealership lot and buy it for peanuts. Probably not going to happen. Anyway, so yeah, R34 job's probably going to be a few $100. rings and demon eyes, figure $100 for each plus parts. Base labor, 30-year-old light, actually 20-year-old lights in this case. But that's the thing with these old icon cars. NSX, got multiple guys with NSX that hit me up lately about tails. That's going to be sketchy because I've done some before and they are fragile. They want to fall apart. They like turn to dust as you're working on them. NSX tails are scary. But same thing, old R32, stuff like that, like brittle plastic. 30-year-old plastic is not fun to stick in the oven and manhandle. Give me a brand new set of 2017 GTR lights and just hulk them apart and we're good. So anyway, yeah, he'll be, I'd say on that R34, he's going to spend like $800. Yeah. We've got a set of dual project. I think this is a Genesis Coupe, a guy with a 2013 Genesis Coupe. He wants dual projectors. I don't do those now. No mo. They get lens burn inside. It's really bad. And I had a bad experience. And Victor has, I don't know what kind of car, but he said he wants to get custom headlights with demon eyes. $450, $500. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. You like that Fast and Furious reference? Yes. All right. Speaking of Discord, you need a link too. Jordan, I got you. My bad. Nothing's happening in there, by the way. And so if you look right below you, Jordan, you've got my boy JR, my WRX channel. He's been tasked with going in there and whipping people into shape and being like, talk to each other, say things. Because I've been busy. I forgot to say this because I keep talking and rambling. This room I built in a week. So we framed it last Saturday and we finished the painting and all that stuff on Saturday or Sunday this week. So about 7-8 days of work. And I still haven't even put the door up. So I got to do that. I got to pad that whole wall with sound tiles so that there's no echo. But basically, this is going to be the room that all the podcasts happen in. So the Lightsman podcast, the FlyRyde podcast, all the interviews with the YouTube guys or the business owners or race car drivers or, I don't know, customers that are just super cool, interesting people. And it's just business people that I reach out to that I respect and that I want to get their awesome knowledge. I'll be doing lots of interviews. And then the editing bay and this machine I'm on right now is not going to be used. This stupid little mini camera, I'm not going to be using that. So we'll get the live streaming stuff set up and working better where instead of just having one picture and me yapping for all the time, we'll actually have things where I can show you different clips and videos, and we'll do the live streaming stuff a lot more as stuff progresses. But baby steps. I have a room now. This is dope. So there's no kids and cats in the background, and we're getting there. So yeah. Any other questions, guys? I'm winding down. My WRX channel, is there a secret to removing old retro rubber sealant? Not really. It just sucks. You know, I mean, anytime you're talking about removing sealant, it's kind of like, you ever watch when they're doing construction in an area that like there's already cement or blacktop or anything like that, and they have to do work underneath it. Like there's no good way to get it done. You just break it. You just get in there and scoop it out, and that's it. So you got to start from scratch. So like, this is the biggest reason why I like that question is there any good way to clean out the existing sealant out of headlights or, anything that's been done? Taillights is bad too, because they typically have silicone. All that silicone's got to come out, as much of it as you can get to, because you need to have as much silicone touching straight plastic to bond to it. You don't want new silicone on top of old shitty silicone that's letting go and all that, right? So it's all got to come out. Butyl, generally, I don't feel the need to remove old butyl. Like on 30-year-old NSX taillights, okay, for sure. On a WRX, I don't think you need to worry about it. So that is my advice to you, JR. I wouldn't worry about old retro rubber sealant because it's rubber butyl. So you get it hot, it's going to mix with the old stuff, new stuff, whatever. As long as it's not old and brittle, you can keep using it. It's going to keep the water out, which is the whole goal in the first place. Yeah, so there's that. So like I said, the taillight's definitely not the same deal. You don't really want to have to get into anything that's been like plastic welded shut and get back in there, anything like that. So I think that might be, oh, wow, here's a big fat one. This is a dude wants some S2000 headlights. I don't know. I don't think we're going to go into all that. Ooh, but there's a guy named Darren that wants something about GTR headlights. I don't know if I hit him up. I don't know. Anyway, that's what's up, guys. Definitely need. Oh, you know what? I'm not drinking for the month of May, so there's no beer. Should have at least water or coffee or something. But yeah, we'll make it happen in here. I got to get this room dialed a little bit more. But I mentioned LED, or I didn't mention LED. I mentioned a contest. And so what you're going to start seeing is I am trying to find a good, easy-ass way of getting people involved in our contests, because I like giving people free stuff that's awesome, and then they get it, and then they're pumped, and then they show back up, and then we get to help them more. In those ears I'm able to reach, which is cool because that means that other people will be able to be reached because of those guys. And it's just, I don't know, I'm into it. So anyway, in the very near future, I'm 95% sure that the way I'm going to go about any of the contests or anything like that we're just going to reinstate something that I used a few years ago when I wasn't quite ready to launch the community stuff. Now I am. So we're going to be using what's called lead pages. So we'll have, just where I talk about something and you can go visit one website. It's got everything that you need on that one little page, and it just kind of leads you down with all the information that you need to know about it. But I'll also have the ability to have a phone number that is attached to FlyRyde, so that when I say there's a contest, whether it's in Instagram or it's in YouTube or Facebook, we're going to get Facebook rocking too, by the way. I'm just going to be like, text this number, and then that will basically sign you up for an email. That's all you need to do, so that you can be on that like contest or whatever, and then comment. So that's it. Comment that you text the number, and that's it. And so we're going to be doing that nonstop. And because I don't have that set up now, what I'm going to have you guys do is I'm just going to put up something over the next week where I'll continue talking about this on Instagram and on YouTube here, that any of the videos that I post up, including this one, I'm going to have you guys comment on that and just basically like and comment. That's it. And I'm just going to pick a name from any of those people, send you some free bulbs, and you get to test them out. A bunch of you guys already have free shit that you've had sent to you because of these things. So that will do it. So I saw those likes shoot up. So obviously people are paying attention. But ask JR if the free bulbs are good. I think they're definitely fun to, I don't know, get out there and hook people up. So a lot of other companies to talk about and share with you guys. And so that's going to do it. I want to wrap up with that. I will see you guys on another how-to video. It's Tuesday, but I just put up another How Tuesday on Friday. I don't know. It's exhausting. I haven't got this room dialed yet, and I will. So be tight. Bro, they are bright, says JR. Bro, I know. All right, guys. Kareem, you are the man too. I'm out of here. Kareem says the bulbs are so bright, because they are. So that's it. I won't be the DSLR next time yet. We'll get there. Bye, guys. Have a kick-ass day. I will see you on the next one.